Just gone. Hello. Good evening. Can everyone hear and see me? If someone can, please just drop a comment in the comments box. Oh, there's no one watching currently. Anyway, so welcome everyone to Fans Unmuted 247. We are live, and this is the show where your voice matters. So apologies for the Friday 1800 show that we were supposed to do. We couldn't actually go live because YouTube requires it's like a 24-hour to 48-hour review process. So once you've applied for it, it requires to review and vet you for live streaming. So giving in your phone number and things like that. But we got there. We got it approved this afternoon. And again, as I said, this is a show where your voice matters. I'm Mark Brown. I'm going to be leading with the show. We're going to be doing lives at 1800 each night. No, sorry, 1900 each night. So we're going to be doing live show 1900 every night. And this is your fan first forum, raw, real, unmuted material. So please get involved. The whole purpose of this channel is so that you can have your opinion. You can have your say. Any comments put in the chat box will be read out, depending on how many's in there. Obviously, I can't get through everyone. So first, I'll run through my section, the things that I want to say, and my opinion. And if anyone wants to challenge any of that, you can in the comments box. So get your comments in. So yeah, as I said, this channel, kicking it off with football. So it's just Fans Unmuted. I'm trying to bring all the fans together. So I know you've got out there at the minute Arsenal, TV, the United Stand, and other variants of football channels. But this one is more for everyone. So no matter which team you support, you can jump on here, you can listen to the reviews, you can listen to the chats, and you can also get involved. I've got a lot more planned for the future. So I've got some things in the pipeline. Obviously, once we get the followers up and the subscriptions up, and we're pushing out some more people, then there's a lot more things we can do and get along with. So we are back live after some trouble, not only on Friday but then again tonight. So this is my first time ever going live on YouTube. It's not as easy as you might think. I'm now using YouTube. I was told by pretty much every Google chat and every person that I spoke to use OBS. Tried it, and for some reason it wasn't filtering through my broadcast. So that's something that I'll pick up. We will as well going forward. We'll start to have like the templates and things like that, so it's not just me boring me in the screen. But yeah, this is us. We're here. Once we have got enough subscribers, as I said, we are going to push into other things, but we also want to push into other sports. So F1, NFL, boxing. Boxing's a biggie, so I want to do some boxing shows. You know, looking at some of the top 10 fighters around the world for different divisions, weight divisions, and that. So we'll get there when we come to it. But see all your updates on Instagram. The Instagram link is on the YouTube profile. So if you want to get involved, jump on there, jump across to Instagram and follow me on there. That's where I put at the minute, that's where I put the main reports that I get coming through. So yeah, drop your club in the chat. Who'd you support? Fortnite girl. Hello, daughter. I've got one fan. Fortnite girl. Okay, so first things first then, we're going to kind of do a transfer roundup. So who's gone where and what the likely transfers are coming through. So top maybe 10 biggest moves so far of the season. Florian Wirtz, roughly £116 million going to Liverpool. I mean, listen, he's played in the Bundesliga. I don't know. There's some players that have come across from the Bundesliga that have done exceptionally well. Whether it's justified to pay 116 million, I don't know. I mean, they've got is it Chiesa over there at Liverpool? I think he's a brilliant player. I think it usually takes around a season to settle in. And before we continue, I am a Manchester United fan, but I'm no way gonna go against anything for Man United on this chat. I'm not going to be derogatory or anything like that to other teams. I want to treat everyone as equal. But in my heart, I am Man United through and through. So, yeah, Liverpool, Florian Wirtz, a blockbuster club record 3. Signalling Vincent, I suppose. But, yeah, I'm just not sure. And then you've got Hugo Ekitike against Liverpool between 69 to 79 million with add-ons. A major attacking reinforcement, but is he? I mean, I know that he scored on Friday night. We'll get on to the roundup of the games from the weekend. He did score on Friday night, but I don't know. I mean, Mamouche come across from City in January, brilliant player. I just don't know if Ekitike's done enough in the Bundesliga to prompt that move. But, you know, that's one of the transfers. Next one, Benjamin Sesko to Manchester United, 66 million. We also got Brian Mbeumo and Cunha. All of them was between 60 to 71 million pound. Good business, I think. You've got Mbeumo, who's Premier League proven, absolutely proved himself in the league. And that's across all seasons that he's been in the league. He's been a standout player for Brentford on that wing. Scored numerous goals, you know, consistently, either up front or on that wing, drifting in and out. Unbelievable player. A lot of talent. And then you've got Cunha as well coming in from Wolves. Again, exceptional player. Proved it in the Premier League. People were talking end of the season about how he's got the most walking time or something in the league throughout the season. He's the player that's walked the most in the league. Listen, players walk around the pitch. It matters when they use them bursts to get into the box. Them little flurries, little nicks left and rights, and then crack that shot off and knock it into the top corner, which Cunha's done for the past couple of seasons now. Exceptional player. Benjamin Sesko, not too sure of. Personally, I wanted Gyökeres at Manchester United, but again, he's another big transfer. He went across to Arsenal for between 55 and 56 million. Benjamin Sesko's with us now. We'll support him. Love it. So we'll see how he gets on. Next transfer. So Man City. Tijani Reinders. What can I say about him? Apart from obviously me watching him yesterday. So I've got a few friends that are City fans. One of which I asked on Friday if a player is going to get you back to the top, who's it going to be? And he absolutely hands down said Tijani Reinders. So I put a post on my Instagram about him. Obviously for people to have their say as such, or like, share, see what they think. But I watched him yesterday, and yeah, we'll talk more on that later. But exceptional player, I believe, for in the region of 46 million, was it? I think it was. Arsenal signed Gyökeres, 54 to 64 million. 55, sorry, to 64 million. Brilliant signing. I don't know if he's an Arsenal player. I don't. I think Arsenal, Gyökeres needs to play in from behind. He needs to be running onto the ball. I just don't know if Arsenal give him that. I mean, they're very good at pressing and staying high up the pitch, and the movement within the team. They're going to be trying to feed him balls through into little channels. I don't know. Gyökeres is the type of player like at Sporting when he played Manchester City last season. I think they beat him 4-1 or 4-2, but that was the space that was left behind City's defence, and the way he was running through at that defence. He's an exceptional player. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't know if he's right for Arsenal. Next big transfer is Jack Grealish. He's gone out to Everton on loan. It's not worked at Man City for whatever reason. So he's gone out to Everton on loan. I think that's a good move. I really do. I think it's a brilliant move for him. Apologies, let me just adjust this. I think it's a brilliant move for him. He wasn't getting any game time at City. He is an absolute fantastic player. For whatever reason, it hasn't worked at City. So he's moved himself out of there, got a loan deal away, and see if he can reignite his career. Fantastic, like I said, fantastic player. Brilliant baller. So we'll see how that pans out at the end of the season. Mohamed Kudus, Tottenham, 55 million, and Matthias Tel. I don't really know much about Kudus. I know that he's played for a while, but I'm not seeing too much of him. Matthias Tel played for Spurs last season from January through to summer. What did he do? I don't think he did much. But that's all I've got for current transfers that have been spent. Apologies, I keep looking down at my watch because I'm getting information come through. But just one to think of. Cumulatively, the Premier League so far has seen over £2 billion spent on this summer transfer windows. £2 billion. That's mental. So where are we at with current possible transfers? So Eberechi Eze, I know that he played for Crystal Palace today, but possible move to Tottenham Hotspur. Again, I've still only got one live. I'm sure that's my daughter, Fortnite Girl. Again, but hopefully more people do join and subscribe, so that we can get this chat channel running. Get everyone else's comments in, opinions, views, and then we've got a lot more coming for the future, as I said. So yeah, Eberechi Eze, Tottenham. It looks close. It looks as though he's chose Tottenham over Arsenal. I know that there was some to and fro-in. Arsenal were also looking at him. I think Crystal Palace value him around 60 million. I know that he just had a release clause of 67.5, which is now gone. So that I feel that deal is just a matter of days away. I didn't think he'd play for Crystal Palace today, but he has. So that's where we're at with that one. Next transfer, possible, Isak to Liverpool. This will be a big one. This will be a huge, huge transfer with a huge, huge fee. Do I think he'll work? Listen, Isak is probably going to be one of the best striker signings of the season, hands down. I mean, Gyökeres could be unproven in the Premier League. Didn't cut it with Bournemouth when he was over here. Benjamin Sesko, absolute fantastic talent, but is he going to become another Rasmus Højlund? I don't know. But Isak, Premier League proven, absolute animal in front of goal. Animal. So, yeah, if that does come through, then exceptional signing for Liverpool, but we'll talk more about them soon. And this is one of the points I wanted to make. So, Mark Guehi, possible transfers to Liverpool for around 30 to 35 million. That's good. That's good for Liverpool, I feel. I know that they're looking to, they're possibly losing a player to Real Madrid. I don't have too much information on that. I've not really looked into it as of such. I think I've seen about a week ago some reports coming through that Mark Guehi to Liverpool due to another player going out to Real Madrid was a possibility. But even if not, Mark Guehi, brilliant signing. And I do think Liverpool need to press that button. The problem for me is Liverpool's defence, which I'll get onto later when I'm doing the roundup of the weekend. Number 4, possible transfers that could happen. Donnarumma, Premier League, Man United, Man City or Chelsea. I think he's going City. He's confirmed that he's leaving PSG. He's give out a letter, or he's published a letter, online, thanking and saying goodbye to the fans. exceptional. But I do think he's leaving. Next one, Carlos Baleba to Manchester United. I think that's dead in the water. I don't think that's happening now. I think United are moving on to other targets. I know I've seen a lot of news coming through today for oh my God, what's it called? Wharton from Crystal Palace. Brilliant. Young player, brilliant defensive midfielder. Absolutely would have taken him all day long. Adam Wharton. And then Garnacho. Is he going to Chelsea? Is he not? I know that Manchester United and Chelsea are in disagreement about the asking price. So that's one that could be looked at. Could possibly go through. If anyone's writing chats, they're not coming through. So, yeah, I know that I think Ruben Amorim is absolutely on point with wanting Garnacho to leave. Young player. Didn't agree at the start of the transfer window, but the things that he's doing in between, they're just childish. We just need to get him out of the club now. You got Rodrigo, Real Madrid, winger, possibly going to Man City. So there's been links there. Nothing for the past day or two that I've heard. But I know that they are looking at him. And then player that I just mentioned before, Chiesa, Liverpool considering keeping him. I think they need to. I think we're seeing how the game played out when they took Wirtz off and brought Chiesa on. He just needed a season. He needed a season to bed in. He's brilliant. Come across from the Italian league. Brilliant player. But that's it for transfer talk. So the top transfers that have come into Premier League so far and the current transfer news. Now we're going to discuss the games, a recap of all the games from the weekend. Apologies. And we're going to start off with that game on Friday night, 8 o'clock, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Listen, what happened over the summer, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Heartbreaking to know that, one of your players, someone's family member, someone's brother, someone's husband, and someone's dad has passed away in a tragic accident. An RIP to Diogo Jota. But Liverpool, I absolutely tip my hat off to you. The way you remembered him, the way the crowd sung, chanted and clapped, not just at the start of the game, not just in the 20th minute, but at the end of the game with Mo Salah going up to the fans, absolutely exceptional. And it's amazing to see. And that's coming from a United fan. Literally the following morning, I did a post about it on my Instagram and thought it was absolutely amazing. The whole football fan community come together. That's not just for Liverpool's game, but for every game over the weekend. Players, clubs, teams remembering Diogo Jota. Just brilliant. And as I said on my post, thank you. Thank you for showing that it's not just about the game. It's about the people, everyone coming together, everyone agreeing and showing their respects to a fallen player. But then we jump into the game. So Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. Semenyo. One word, Semenyo. He had a fantastic game. I think he was running Liverpool's defence ragged. I know that Virgil van Dijk is still potentially one of the best centre-backs in the world, but has he got the legs? That's my question, because Semenyo, time after time during that game, ran him off the park. He got caught out, I think, for one of the goals. I can't remember. It might have been the first goal. He got caught out. But there was a couple of occasions where Virgil van Dijk was caught. I know that Liverpool play fast attacking, pressing football high up the pitch to all the defenders. follow up the pitch as well. It was just a cheeky game. It was a cheeky game. Bournemouth on that counter attack, they pretty much had your cards marked. They had your defenders anyway. They knew exactly where to go and what to do. Fortunately, the sub was made, Kaiser, for Wirtz in the second half, and not only was he outstanding in that second half, but Mo Salah, wow, that man for literal seasons has been ripping up this Premier League, ripping it up, destroying it. And again, he did the same on Friday night. That solo goal that he scored was outstanding. Bournemouth, listen, they played a tough team. They played Liverpool, Premier League holders. I think they'll do well this season. They're held their own. It was a good game. And then we move on to Saturday, the games. Man City 4-0 to Wolves. So 4-0 against Wolves. And again, I just want to say the tifo that Wolves had, exceptional. What a way to remember a player. I know that Diogo Jota came from Wolves, and it was just exceptional. The fans, the crowd, the tifo, brilliant. But the game itself, I mean, Wolves just didn't look in it. I don't know what's going on there. I don't think they made too many signings, but I think they need to make some. They've lost Cunha, who is probably one of the most creative players that they had. He's gone to United. So I do think they need reinforcements. They just didn't look on it at all. City, outstanding, outclassed. And we'll go into the City team. Like I said, spoke to my mate on Friday, and he'd said that TSG Reinders. So I was watching this game specifically to watch him, to see what he was like. And don't get me wrong, Artuniore, is it? And him that scored the screamer against Manchester United in the Europa League. Oh, what's he called? I can't think of the other signing. They all played exceptionally well. But that Reinders, for the price that they paid, that man is unbelievable. Exceptional player. Had an absolute outstanding game. Played it through to Rico Lewis for the assist to Haaland. Scored a goal himself. He was all over the park. He was in central defensive mid. He was box to box. He was attacking mid, and sometimes he was up top as a striker. Brilliant player. Exceptional. If there's anything that's going to put anything or anyone that's going to put Liverpool back on top, yeah, I agree with me, mate. When he said that on Friday, I think it's him. And then we go to the other game, Sunderland West Ham. I didn't watch this one. Sunderland won 3-0. Kind of expected. I don't think West Ham have enforced or reinforced the team enough at the start of the season. They didn't finish well last season. United, I think they finished one place below United in 16th. United finished 15th and have spent already 200 million. I don't think West Ham have done anything near that. Sunderland have just come up from the Championship. They've obviously spent a little bit of money. They've got a couple of good players in and run away with it. 3-0. Brentford against Nottingham Forest. 3-1 to Nottingham Forest. All day long. I mean, Brentford had Mbeumo. He's gone to Manchester United. So where's your play coming from now? Where's your creativity coming from now? The link-up play that he used to have with Wisa was unbelievable. That's not there now. They need to bring another player in that can create that sort of gist with Wisa, so that they can form that partnership and start hammering them defences. I just don't think. I mean, I watched part of it. Well, I watched quite a bit of it, and I just don't think Brentford really was in the game. Forest was just all over him, from defence to attack. Apologies. Got a bit of a dry throat then. Voice went a bit squeaky. And then we've got Chelsea Crystal Palace 0-0. I know that Crystal Palace got a goal early on, and it was disallowed by VAR. I think rightly so as well. Mark Guehi pushing one of the Chelsea players into the wall, which set up the space for the goal to be scored. Yeah, that's it for the weekend games, I think. Was there not enough one? Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham won 3-0. 3-0, yeah. Yes, because I shared a post on my Instagram last night of Richarlison's goal. Would it be goal of the season? I don't know, It was an absolute fantastic goal. Brilliant. The way the ball comes into the box, sort of like an overhead bicycle kick / goal. Brilliant. Obviously, I think people are getting ahead of themselves saying that he's world class and all this now because he didn't really do much for Tottenham last season. But who knows? New manager, Tottenham there now with a new manager. They didn't do well last season at all. I don't think any of the team did well last season apart from beating Manchester United in the Europa League final. Who knows what it means going forward? That manager could have them playing good football and could have them back in the top 6, top 8. Let's see at the end of the season. But the match for me, standout match, Liverpool. I think the way they honoured Diogo Jota and the game itself, back and forth, both Bournemouth and Liverpool, it was a brilliant game. And there is one game I forgot about, the one I've just watched 3 or 4 hours ago, Manchester United and Arsenal. I don't know how I missed that, but Arsenal 1-0 against Manchester United. Listen, I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm not going to be persuaded to just go Man U, or Manchester United, Man United. Manchester United absolutely battered them. They battered them all game. Fortunately, they got a goal early in the first half. I say fortunately because there's a lot of dispute on whether the goalkeeper should do more or the defender shouldn't be allowed to push the goalkeeper. I think that the defender, and this is not an excuse, I genuinely think the defender is pushing the goalkeeper into the goal. And although he's not got his arms around him or anything like that, I'm hearing a lot of pundits today, like Roy Keane and everyone else, saying he should be doing more. He should be stronger. Well, it doesn't matter how strong you are. You put someone else next to you pushing, it's a lot harder to get out. You could see to get out for that ball. He was trying to come out and grab it. That defender was pushing him back into the goal. Unless he, I don't know, chokeslams him, DDTs him, throws him to the ground, or does something, he's not getting to that ball. He managed to get a hand to it. And like I said, the pundits that are saying, oh, he should be stronger, he should be getting out there, he should be pushing. What? It shouldn't be like that. A goalkeeper should not be impeded when trying to come out to get a ball. Shouldn't be happening. A player that's not looking at the ball and only concentrating on the goalkeeper and where he is and pushing him, that shouldn't be allowed. But anyway, they got that goal early on. And then the game was literally just Man United. Bosh. Every player, I think, played well. Cunha, wow. That man, I mean, and Mbeumo had a good game. Fernandes made a couple of mistakes. And then Ugarte, when he come on, he made a couple of mistakes. Silly little things. He shouldn't have took the shot from outside the box when he did, late on in the second half. Another time when he passed it to an Arsenal player that was literally able to attack on goal. But yeah, I think the whole team played well overall. And Cunha is absolutely unbelievable. What a player he is. What a buy. The moves that he was making, the runs that he was doing, the dribbles, the twists and turns that he was having, balls coming into him. He's tapping it and twisting and then just running. Oh, we've not seen that at United for a long time. And I think as the season goes on, you'll see United get better and better and better, especially with the likes of Bruno in the team. Just picking out the plays, picking out the passes. Bruno's now seen this. He's seen this in a competitive game today, not a friendly. He's seen it in a competitive game. He's got Bruno there on the right. He's got Cunha on the left. He knows that Ahmad sat behind Ordalo, and then you've got Dorgu on the left, just sat behind. All these players are like fast, aggressive, attacking players, little ticky-tacky, but brilliant. So was it unfortunate for Man United? Yeah, I think at the very least we deserved a draw. I don't think we deserved to lose today. I walked away from there unhappy because I don't think the goal should have stood. But that's football. We'll get them again during the season. I don't think Arsenal are all that. And that's what we're going to discuss next. We're going to discuss my predictions, season outlook. So based on the transfers and the opening weekend, what I think or where I think the teams are going to stand. So we'll jump into it. And if you've got anything different you think, please, again, get your comments in, like and subscribe on the video and get it shared so we can get more people on this video, more people in the chat. The more people we have, the more opinions and the more differences. You know, I don't agree that was a goal, but you might have 10 other people that do. So we can have that discussion. We can have that chat. Let's have it. Do you know what I mean? So my predictions for the end of 25-26 season, top four. I'm going to go for 1, and I'm going to keep it the same as what I had on Friday. Although the games have been played this weekend now, this is what I've had in my head on Friday, and so I'm going to stick to that. I'm not going to change it because I've seen the first games for each team this weekend. So 1, Chelsea. 2, Manchester City. 3, Liverpool. And 4, Arsenal. So I'll run through why I think that is. Chelsea have got an exceptionally good team. They proved that in the Club World Cup against PSG. I think they demonstrated exactly what they can do as a group of players. They've got a good manager. He's been in there for a full season now. He's got that team playing, and all the signings that they are making, he's making specific signings to fit his system, so they won't need as much time bedding in. So I genuinely do. I think they're not many people talk about them, but I think they're up there for first place. City. I mean, Rodri's not back yet. They've got a lot of players changed around. They bought a lot of players, but again, like I said, that Reinders, he could be the decider. If they do finish first, I genuinely think it's because of him. Exceptional midfielder. Brilliant yesterday. And that's all I've heard of. Not just my mate on Friday, but other City fans. I've heard a lot of them as well. So, yeah, City in second. Liverpool in third. As I spoke about earlier when I was going through the transfers, I don't think Liverpool's got the defence. They play an extremely high-pressing type of football, or Arne Slot does. He likes to sit high up the pitch. And first game of the season against Bournemouth, Semenyo ran rings round Van Dijk. He might be this, top world beater of a defender, and people are still calling him world class, and he's up there with the best. But maybe in the box to box defending, or when someone's coming at your box, yeah, absolutely. It's like a brick wall. You ain't getting past him. But when you sit your defence that high up to the halfway line, whilst your attackers and your midfield are going forward, any player can run in behind. And the players that we've got coming through this Premier League now, young, quick, talented wingers, strikers, attacking midfielders. I just think that Liverpool are going to get caught out a lot this season. I think, was it last season they got 2 goals against them or something like that? In open play, I can't remember. There was a stat about Liverpool last season, and yet they've just conceded 2 on the first game. I just don't think Liverpool are going to be there. I think they need a couple of defensive reinforcements, and I think next season they could be back. Well, with City, But I just don't think Liverpool's players or defenders, have got the legs. I could be wrong. They could go and get Mark Guehi, and I think they've been looking at another centre back as well. If that comes through, then obviously things change, and that's it with football. Things do change fast. So who knows if Liverpool make the Isak deal and go and get Mark Guehi, listen, they could probably walk out onto pitches and outscore teams. Doesn't matter if you concede 2 or 3 because we're going to go and get 4 or 5. So that's where it is. But the third on my top 4 list, and then 4th is Arsenal. And I'm saying that begrudgingly because, like I said, Arsenal was not good today against Manchester United. They wasn't. I think they brought a striker in Gyökeres that doesn't fit their system. Fits their system at all. They're a similar team to Liverpool. They're a high pressing, high up the pitch, like to take the ball back and flip it onto the counter. But in the opposition's half, Gyökeres is a player that needs to be sat back and have the ball fed through to him. He needs to be running onto that ball into the opposition's half or into the opposition's box, cutting inside or cutting outside and then shooting, either from a distance or short. But he needs to be running at that goal. Once he's running and he's got that speed, there's no stopping him. But he's not going to get that in an Arsenal shirt. So whether he can change his game or whether Arteta can do something about his game, I don't know. I just don't think... I mean, they've been close the past 2 seasons, Arsenal. They've sat second the past 2 seasons. I just don't think they're there yet. I really don't. I don't think they're signing the right players, if I'm honest. But yeah, that's my top 4. Top 6. I think 5th, and I'm not going to give a club, but I think 5th is going to be Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, or Aston Villa. One of them 3. And whichever one it is, the other 2 with Man United will drop into the 6th category. If not, Man United finish 7th. Where am I at with Man United? They made some really good signings, exceptional signings. I just don't think they're there yet. They've made good signings going forward, attacking. But no, they need to get a new goalkeeper in. I think if De Gea comes back, which is rumours of, I think that'd be a very good signing for us to get him back. Exceptional shot stopper, and that's what we was losing most of the games on last season. Onana just couldn't stop shots at all. They were going through his legs, they were going through his gloves. The guy was absolute bobbins, so don't bring him back. But Man United, I think 4th or 5th, and then free for all gamer HD. That's just so this is something that my son was asking me before when I mentioned to him that Crystal Palace and Chelsea were 0-0. What are your opinions on Crystal Palace? So Free for All Gamer has asked, what are your opinions on Crystal Palace and where they will place? So, as I said before, these predictions that I'm giving now are what I thought on Friday. Now, after watching the first round of all the games, although we've not seen Everton yet, Everton Leeds play Monday night. Crystal Palace, they're a brilliant team, but can you keep your players? Crystal Palace with the current squad that they've got. So you've got Eze, Warburton, and the likes, Guehi. There's no reason why you can't get top 6. You could be pushing for 5th, 6th. No reason at all. I mean, I watched that game today against Chelsea, and you didn't, for 1 minute, look out of place. So, yeah, I think Crystal Palace are a good side. They've proved it by having the run through the FA Cup, winning the FA Cup the back end of last season, and then last weekend against Liverpool, they come back in the second half of the game, getting beat 2-0 down. They was, and then they come back to win it in penalties. Brilliant team, but can they keep the players? You've got links for Guehi going to Liverpool, Warburton going to Manchester United, and Eberechi Eze going to Tottenham. So, I mean, if they can keep the players, fantastic. If not, I don't know. Who do they bring in? Who do they bring in to keep the momentum of that team? And who have you got to come in to replace? Or have you got people off the bench? Or are you going to be bringing you through? I don't know. But that's all for me. No one's got anything in the chat. There's only been probably 2 people, maybe 4 people watching at any one time. Please get this stream liked and shared across all platforms. As I said before, I will be live every night now at 7 o'clock. So tomorrow we'll be doing a pre-match prediction for Everton Leeds, a transfer roundup again, and just a recap. We'll have some talk. Hopefully, there's some more people watching, more people coming into the chat, into the group, and we can get conversations going, people's opinions, what people's thoughts are on the games over the weekend, and build that community. As I said before, this is a community for every football fan. You know, doesn't matter if you support a team in a league, Barcelona or Bayern Munich, in the Bundesliga or the Serie A. It doesn't matter. Come and join us. Have your say. Let's have a chat. Let's have a laugh. All fans come together as one community. We'll have a bit of banter. You know, it's here. Football's back, baby. So let's get on it. Thank you very much to everyone. I know that it's nighttime now in England. How do I start my streams? Do I start at evening? Do I start at night? When does evening and night change? This is something I was thinking to myself before. Do I go on my stream at 7 o'clock and say, good evening, everyone? Or do I go on at 9 o'clock at night and say, good night, everyone? Do you know what I mean? Where's that change? But anyway, that's just one for you to think about. Thanks very much, everyone. I look forward to speaking to everyone tomorrow. And I'll be back at 7 o'clock. Thank you. Good night.